Hi everyone, welcome to the Unreal Engine live stream. Today I have fellow community manager Amanda Bott and senior cinematic designer Grayson Edge.
And you are?
Oh, and I am your host, Victor Broden. Almost did the same thing there once again this week, but appreciate it, Amanda. Keeping my reins short here and doing what I'm supposed to. Today we're going to talk a little bit about virtual production and some of the new improvements we've done to Sequencer, right?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. I'll let you take it.
Sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Sequencer. We'll talk a little bit about Take Recorder, and we can look a little bit at this VCam here, which is an iPad that's using ARKit. And I think we'll kick things off by talking about virtual production and what virtual production is. I think overall there's a few definitions of virtual production, and I'll give you one of them and how we're using it here at our studio. So you can see up here the screen. There's a definition for you here. It's what is virtual production? So virtual production, or what we just call it VP, is where the physical and digital worlds meet. VP lets directors work on a physical stage, but view and interact with virtual environments and characters. And you can see here, this is a picture of our mocap stage. And out there on the floor, we've got some of our mocap actors. I know occasionally we get questions about like what is mocap and how is it used with cinematic. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to include some images here and show you guys what we do out there. We also have things that on the stage that we can view the virtual world with, which is pretty cool. So we have like virtual cameras, and these are two Blackmagic studio cams, I believe. And in the far lower left-hand corner, you can see the VCam, and this is the same thing as this iPad. It's just we have some handles on it, and we have mocap markers on it, and we track the iPad on the stage out there with those markers. I'd like to show you kind of how we can see through these virtual cameras. Out here, we've got an actor. This is Carter. He's one of the actors we work with on a regular basis. He's a great guy. And then in here, you'll actually see him animating in the virtual world. So we can play it here. You can it gives you just a quick look at this, of how this works. And so we can roll these cameras around, and we can change between the virtual world view and the real world view, and it helps us quickly compose cameras and get an idea of what we'll be shooting. The other cool thing is that we can record these cameras as well as this camera and other virtual cameras in the engine. And we'll look at that, the process for doing that. You can do it at home if you want to, but we'll look at the process of how that's handled. Yeah, he's a great actor.
Fun. It's actually the same camera we're using here.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah. It's the same camera system. So I believe these go through an AJA card too, and that's how we do that. It comes out of engine, SDI out of engine, and then we can pump the engine image into these things.
Do the actors sometimes use it to get an idea of to get into character?
Yes.
Being able to see themselves as the character they're portraying?
So that is one of the things. And yeah, let me maybe talk a little bit more about that, because I think virtual production for us, what we like to do, and I think what's great for creative, is that we can actually visualize this world. And so the actors on stage, we also have this monitor that they can look at. In some cases, they could be in VR. And if you saw the real-time live demo, we were in VR. Or you can have an actor in VR, and they can actually see the world around them and then perform in that world, and to other actors that are in that world. But it is really cool. Their performances do improve, I think, and I think they can, like you said, they can get more into character when they can actually see themselves. And so it's really pretty neat. I think another thing that's kind of fun is that when they have props, like if you had this hypothetical, right? You had a fireball or something. When you're actually holding it as an actor, you're holding the fireball in your hand and throwing it. It's kind of fun, and then it becomes more playful, and I think people tend to relax a little bit and have more fun with it. So that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah,
we can do.
Well, I think you'll see the little mannerisms come out too. Like even being in VR with a number of other folks, starting to see them, even though we actually all had the same avatar, you would kind of figure out who was who just based on how they would like rest or things like that. So I could see that blending in.
Yeah, and although we do get things like facial. I'm going off a little bit of a tangent here. Although we do get facial and things, it's right now I think body language really comes through very quickly, and I think one of the greatest values for this for virtual production there's end product where you get the final pixels out of Engine, where things look really great, and you get through, use the engine to really polish stuff. And doing that live is challenging, and there are things that we're doing that are like that. I think personally, I find it most useful right now is very quickly getting an accurate performance. So when we will create a cinematic, or at least block out a cinematic on the stage, and then we can see facial right there, and we can see hands, and we can see body motion, and then we cut it into an edit. I think that we can leave sometimes the stage with information that's really useful for layout and for cinematic work. Anyway, I think there's a lot of really cool things that we can do with that. The other point about virtual production is that in terms of time, in terms of how long it takes to make cinematics, I think that in the past, I've done cinematics for the last few years, and it's sometimes taken us up to a week or much longer to put out content that we felt was ready to be seen even internally at the studio. And I think that this virtual production process can cut a week down to a day in terms of time. So it's a big time saver, and I think that's really what we're after. One of the things that we're after is saving people time and giving you more time to spend on polishing things and making things look cool.
Yeah, and iteration, because it allows you to hit play and watch it immediately instead of waiting.
Yeah, absolutely. So quick note on audio. It's funny because if you can see this microphone that I've got here, maybe not, but we're using a similar setup, and we can record audio into the Engine, and so we record it onto separate drives, but we also can record it into Engine, so you can quickly put together scenes or have actors that are performing and they're recording audio as they're performing, and it's a great place to start. Otherwise, you have to sometimes grab outside sources and bring them back into Engine, but now with Take Recorder and Sequence Recorder, you can record audio directly into Engine, mostly with Take Recorder. This is kind of funny. All of our audio devices are named after Jaws, different characters in Jaws. That's another story. And then we have our props, and I'll kind of point this out to you pretty quickly. So this is just a weapon. We can marker up a weapon. We could marker up swords or pickaxes. In fact, we've got one back here. This is right off the mocap stage, and this is I guess this is a kendo stick, and we put guys like Jerry and Jim over at the mocap stage put on some markers, and so this can become anything. It could become a pickaxe. It could become a pitchfork or sword, and then in some cases, like I said, we do have one-to-one props that are actually the weapon that we see. So the actor is physically, acting with the thing that they're holding. It's kind of cool. Yeah. They have a lot of fun with those. If we go back to the slide for a second here, there's another. This is a Bluetooth device, and it's markered up. Yeah. And this one is pretty cool because we can get live input. So you can hold it and pull the trigger, and you can have a projectile, fire out of the virtual weapon that you're holding or whatever you want to do with it. It's actually a button on the side. So this has been pretty fun, and I think we're going to probably do a bit more of this down the road. Doing a bit more with interactive props and that type of thing. Last thing I'd like to point out here are the iPhones, and we're basically getting facial, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a few minutes and how we get facial into Engine. And it comes through LiveLink, but we are able to record body motion and facial, and then of course these props. So that's kind of neat. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so Take Recorder, and I'll go into depth actually how you can use this at home or wherever you are. Take Recorder is basically an improvement of Sequence Recorder, and if you don't know what Sequence Recorder is, I'll start with that. Sequence Recorder we've used on a few of our special projects here at Epic. We used it for Real-Time Live. We used it on Robo Recall and Cinema Demo, and we could record. Record actors and performances. And for like Robo Recall, we recorded all the robots with Sequence Recorder, and it is a great tool. It's still an Engine. We found that with virtual production, we needed something that was faster. And one of the problems we encountered with Sequence Recorder is that even though it's a very powerful tool, the complexity could be a little high when we were trying to do things quickly in virtual production. I think in general, virtual production can be a very fast-paced environment with a lot of complexity. And so one of the first things that the studio did was improve Sequence Recorder for virtual production. And that's through the UI. So it was improved UI. If you look at these two back to back, you can kind of see if I had to change something in one of these properties,
Yeah.
it was a bit of a dig. And we still use it, and it's not terrible, but I think this is more optimized towards virtual production. So improved UI, and then also the amount of data that we record sometimes out on the stage, where you have several actors, props, facial, cameras, and any number of other actors out there can be pretty significant.
It's a lot of data.
Right, it's a lot of data, and then you're recording it for, we have takes, sometimes, 2 to 5 minutes long, and that ends up being a lot of data to manage. So this thing helps us manage that, and you can see down here in these in these tracks, these are all pieces of information. We'll show you that in a few minutes, and we'll dive into one of those tracks, and you can move those tracks around just like you would in animation or other tracks in
more similar to traditional video production tools, right?
Right. So this take recorder works in conjunction with Sequencer, and this is in 422. So it's except all this stuff, and I think most of the stuff, if everything we're showing you, is available in 422.
Yeah, we're running a binary version of the engine here from the launcher.
Yeah. So I think that's it with the slides. Let's go over to take recorder real quick. So can we go back to the engine view?
Yeah.
Let me do this here. That's me, sorry. All right, so the first thing is you want to look for your take recorder plugin. So you go into plugins. I'm pretty sure it's already enabled because we already see it here, but I'll just show you. So you go into plugins, just type in take, and you'll see it here, take recorder, and just enable that, and that will give you take recorder, restart it. And then this is take recorder here. I apologize, it's a little difficult to work on a single screen here. I'm not used to it. I usually have a bunch of monitors, but I think you can still set it up to work this way, but it is going to be a little tighter than I like it right now.
Yeah, we've done. You did a good job preparing it.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. Thank you. All right.
So just to fill in, this is not a special interface here. We have just moved the different tools and windows around in a matter that we can all see it on just one monitor.
Right. And this is just a vanilla old 422 editor, and we've enabled the plugin, brought the window up here for take recorder. Also, you can dock things in different ways. The configuration I usually like to do is I'll have Sequencer up, and then I'll just grab this, and then I'll drag it into here, and then it'll pop up. I like take recorder on the top, but you can configure it whichever way you'd like. If you'd like to have them on separate screens, you can. So it's pretty easy to work with in that regard. All right, so I've got a list over here, and maybe we can publish some of this later of things we're just going to cover. And I'd like to I'll kind of go down the list just to make sure we hit every beat, make sure we get everything in there. So first of all, so this is take recorder. This is your sources here, and you can add different actors there's a drop-down list here, or how I usually do it is I will do it through the World Outliner. So let me bring the World Outliner up here. I'm just going to float it over here. And you can select an actor that you want to record. Let's just say it was this, and you can drag it in to take recorder. And then you'll see that actor list populate there. Here, let me move that around. Again, I apologize for the window jockeying here. But yeah, that's it. Basically, you can drag actors in from your sources. There are other types of sources that you can use as well. So we can add audio, microphone audio, and that's like a component that you can add to it. And there are options out there on the stage, on our mocap stage. We do recording with multiple channels. So we have left and right channels. So you can record left and right, so you can get some stereo. Or how we use it usually is 2 actors. Each one has their own channel. So you can split channels that way, which is kind of cool. Additionally, there are you can do live link through here as well. I'm trying to see if it's in the list. I think we have to have live link up for that to be available. But you can add live link sources. And the cool thing about our live link sources now is that once live link is in the engine and streaming, you can actually see the sources. So at some point, we would have to type things into live link and I'll explain that a little bit more about what LiveLink is in a few minutes. But suffice it to say, we do have a LiveLink. You can add it as a source to record. Over here is your recording button. So if I do a new slate number, I can basically record with this button over here. Let's see, there's got some kind of error message there. Sources record. Well, because I haven't added a source. So let me add a source. If you see that, it's like I don't see a recording button. You have to add a source to it. Two things. I think. Just a minute here. Let me try that again. Okay, there we go. Finally, the recording button. Wow, we got the recording button. All right, cool. So yeah, that's the recording button, and that will let you stop and start recording. So let's try some other things here. You can set your take location. This is something that we are not going to necessarily do right now, but you can set it under project settings, I believe, and you can set up here, you can set your take recorder, a location, root, take, save directory. And so by default, it goes to cinematics and takes, and it will put in, the default is it will put in the day, like today's date in a folder, and then it'll give you all your takes that you have in there for today's date. And that's pretty useful, and that's generally how we roll for the stuff that we record. But if you want to change that location, and there are cases where we have a project where we do want to change that, where we want to build a different folder structure for each of these pieces of data that we record. So you can do that pretty easily. I think down the road that is likely going to move more into take record itself, maybe, but as of right now in 422, it lives under those project settings. Okay, another thing we should look at is metadata, and this I think is great. As we're going through and recording things, we can have a description. So let's see. So I just typed in floor recording, and when we record this, whatever we're recording here, it'll actually go in and add that data into the file, so you can look at it later. So if you have notes for your sequences that you're recording or things that you're recording, you can always add notes to those. And I'll show you. I'll try to show you all this in action in just a few minutes here. There's another button that we've got up here. This is the review button. So after you record something, let's just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and add something in here. Let's do something basic, like a cube. Just put a cube in there.
Classic programmer art.
Yeah, beautiful. This is what we always say. Please don't test anything this way with just cubes. And yeah, here I am doing a cube and recording.
Let's practice this.
Okay, so let's see. Let's do cube, and this is. I may jump ahead here. So this is where your slate is stored. So we use slates for, like, if you're going to record a sequence. So let's say it's the opening of the Durr Burger or some other set. Say it's the desert. This is where you can name your slate, and you can call it whatever you want. We usually keep them to pretty brief names, so you don't have a long slate name, because all this stuff adds up. Also, you may run into problems if you have a super long, if you're using Perforce and you're using a really long workspace name, plus the directory structure, plus this thing.
So Windows has a limitation on the amount of characters you can do, so when you try to compile it, or sometimes even just working with it, you can get errors.
We've hit it before, and I think we're eventually going to work on that too.
We have an experiment, I believe it's marked as experimental or early access. I'm going to say experimental, where we do support longer than, I think, 236 character names.
That's great.
Yeah. I think that was shipped with 422.
I believe so. That sounds familiar from the notes.
Yeah, but it is experimental, because I also believe it is an experimental Windows feature that we built upon. But yeah, that I definitely run into that in the past.
I've been gotten by it before, and I think that this is getting a little out there. But in the multi-user environment, if you're in multi-user, it can be a little challenging to know what happened there. But and it's not related to multi-user, just the length of the name. So yeah. Anyway, something to be mindful of. So this is our slate information here, And then over here is our take. And so every time we record, so the first recording is take 1, and then the second recording is take 2, third recording, take 3. So we'll iterate through those takes as we're recording.
And that will append it to the file name, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
exactly. So
Yeah.
let's do that really quickly here, and we'll just record. And I'm not going to do much with this. You can see it down here too in Sequencer. And generally speaking, I just want you all to know it's usually much faster to work with, but because I feel like I'm on, we're doing Twitch stream right now, and it's be a little challenging. So, all right. So here we're going to recording, and you've got a countdown in this window, and so you can move the cube around. Over here. Oops. I may be locked in. Anyway, you can kind of see where it's going. So now we can review whatever we recorded there. Sorry, I think I was having a problem clicking on it. But if we go back in the review the last recording, we can review what we recorded, and you can see that data in here. Let me pull this over a little more. Also, there's this unlock button. So once you record something, everything, and especially when you have a lot of complex sequences, everything's by default is locked. So if you want to dive into these shots or the things that you record and you want to interact with those, you need to unlock them. And this is the first time I tried this tool out. I didn't really know about that, and so I had some trouble. I was like, why can't I click on this stuff? Well, or interact with it. It has to be unlocked, and then you can dive in there. And this is what we recorded. This will show you the data we recorded. This little tool up here, in previous versions in Sequence Recorder, it was kind of a problem because in order to review, so let's say you're on the stage or you're at your desk and you want to record something, and we record it. In order to review it in the past with Sequence Recorder, you'd have to go into the content browser, locate the file that you're trying to use, and then drag it back in to replay it. So this one little button is great because we will use it to review takes that we've gotten out on the stage and quickly ascertain whether or not they're, like a take is good. So it's just it's a great little, I think it's one of the key features of Take Recorder, being able to quickly review what you've recorded. So you can see here we went through take 2. Let me see if I can, yeah, okay. All right, now we can move it. So I don't know what I did there, sorry. Okay. So yeah, you've got take 2 here. You got your slate. Let's see what else we can look at. There is this button. I'm not going to necessarily use it right now, but you can create a new slate, and that'll completely wipe out all anything you had down here, any slate information you have. That'll basically just create a new slate, clean slate, literally.
Using Slate.
What's that?
Oh well, that's what the windows are called in Unreal. Yeah, it's all built on top of Slate.
On top of Slate.
Yeah.
Okay, this is another cool feature. In the past, trying to dig out where you would recorded data to, sometimes you could go and use this little tool down here. This is the Takes browser, and it's a super fast way of just jumping right into your old files, anything that you've recorded, and you can see the directory structure as well. So these are previous recording sessions that we've done, and so we'll use today's date, which is what, the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got those files in there.
That's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And yeah, anyway, it's pretty useful. So another feature that is kind of neat is that you can assign colors to these tracks. This is a feature I think a few of us requested, that when you record things, you can select what color track they come out as. I like to do this, so let's just say you want to change it to red. When we record this thing, let's see if it makes me a liar. It may make me a liar because I haven't used it for a while. Yeah, okay, so it comes out in the color that I selected there, which is, well, it's actually kind of an orangey color. That's all right. I guess that was the color I used. But this tool is pretty useful because if you want to say there's a very specific camera you want to look at over, after recording a bunch of stuff, or you want to classify all cameras are red, all actors are blue, all props are green. It's a good way to color code things and quickly, especially if you have a stack of assets that you're recording. It's a pretty good way to quickly ID what a track is.
Get an overview.
Yeah, because if you don't, then it really comes down to having to read the text down here. And so for me, it's much faster to work on.
Who wants to read?
But yeah, who wants to read? Okay.
I like books.
Nice handy little tools.
This button over here is using a take as a base. We use it for layered recordings, and it's kind of a part of the tool we're working on a little bit. And it's pretty useful because you can use that, whatever you've recorded here, as the base for your next recording. And so when you go through and record again, it'll grab that data and then allow you to record using that. And again, how we usually use it is in layered recordings. So we'll record actor 1, and that'll be your take 1. And we review the take, and if the performance looks good, we'll say use that as the base for the next recording, and then it'll add another layer, and then we can record actor 2 or the same actor playing a different avatar, and then that lets us, we could, for example, for the Robo Recall intro, we although we didn't use this tool, the idea is the same, is that you have a group of robots played by one actor, and so you want to create a crowd of people very quickly. You have one actor, they do the first crowd person, and then they move on to the next crowd person and play them, and then we record it in basically a stack. And so you can pretty quickly create crowd behaviors and stuff, which is kind of cool.
That's really fun.
Yeah. Another cool feature. Let's use that new slate button. So, are you sure you want to create? Yep, I would like to wipe it all out and start something new. Another feature we have here are the tracked settings, and this is if you want to track an object. Say this is pretty common in virtual production too. I think where you have a set and you want to keep your like a chairs and let's just say it's at the origin at 0, 0, 0. And for different shots, you want to try moving that chair or some background object to different locations. So these track settings allow you to do that. So you can add this actor to sequencer.
Pick our friendly cube.
Right, and you move them. And then for this sequence, it will be tracked. And so when you record, so whatever else is going on in the scene, you've got an actor moving around, cameras moving around, lighting moving around. You know that you can find that actor will be moved to that position. And of course, you could record it here as well if you wanted to. But that's generally speaking, that's how it's used. And then when you remove it, it goes back to its default location. Yeah, I talked a little bit about unlocking things in the take recorder so you can interact with them. And then also a tool that we'll look at is reduction of keyframes. So if you create a recording that has a ton of keyframes, and this is mostly for the VCam, which we'll talk about in just a minute, but this is mostly when you record this VCam and you get a lot of transform data, you can reduce the complexity of keys. And I think the best way to do that is just to show it.
Yeah.
Show it here, and I'll just show you the process of that. Let me see if there's anything else we want to do. Oh, also, like I was saying, you can record audio, and so we'll add a microphone audio source in here. Mm-hmm. And maybe this is not the best place to do it. Maybe we'll do it a little bit later, but at least you can kind of see that we can do it there. So let me go ahead and fire up the VCam, and I'm just trying to think. There might be something else that's kind of cool to show before we go all the way into the VCam.
We can get back to it if you think about it as well.
Yeah, I think actually this cinematic viewport is something that's pretty useful. So by default, you get this viewport that shows the game view, and then sometimes if you go in here, let's say we want to let's add a camera really quickly here. So cinematic camera actor. Right. Okay.
And that one's a little different from the default camera actor.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with this is actually really cool, and it's been around for a while now. But this is pretty much all we roll with out on the stage for virtual production. The thing that's really exciting about this is that this cinematic camera has different film backs. You can set the dimensions for the sensor. So in theory, if we wanted to simulate this iPad in Engine, we could easily do it. We just get the sensor. You look up the basically the information for the camera, and then you can plug that value into the camera settings here. You can also set, for example, like the Magic cameras that we showed you earlier, like the type of lenses they had. You can set basically your lens type plus the film back, and you can get an accurate representation. And why that's important is that if you have a real world camera and you want to switch between real world views of an actor, say you have a frame up on an actor, that way you get a one-to-one relationship between the virtual world and the real world, and so what you see is actually what you will be getting in the engine. So anyway, all that's to say is that's in the cinematic camera. And I think we talked about that in pretty great depth.
We did a showcase on Welcome to Marwin as well, where that was pretty highlighted in the blog that we wrote, if you want to read about that.
But they're pretty fun to use, and it's got tracking capabilities. You can do tracking in there. You can do all kinds of cool things. So another feature that we use very often, and I don't know if y'all know about this, but you can go into the world outliner. So you select the camera, right click on it, and you go Pilot Cine Camera Actor, and now you can actually see. You can pilot around and see through that view. And now we'll use this a lot to roughly compose shots out on the stage. And I'll show you this a little more detail in a few minutes when we go to the more advanced stuff for using cameras to take recorder. But in order to see exactly what you'd see through this cinematic camera, you want to set cinematic viewport. And this is used often with Sequencer, and it gives you frame information and play tracks. And that way you know you're accurately viewing through that camera. Let me pilot again. The first time when you click cinematic mode, it will throw you out of the camera, and then you click back in it, and you're back into the camera. So now this is, no matter what screen size you have, this view will be accurate for the Cine camera. Also, very briefly, there are overlays here that you can add. I love these. These are great for balancing shots, shot balancing. So if you have a character in the center of the screen, you can use this to see where they fall in the screen. You can also use letterboxing. So if you want to do an aspect ratio or like a mask or a clip, you can do like this is close to 235. You can set 239, 1.77, whatever aspect ratio you want there.
Can you change all of them at runtime as well?
In terms of the aspect ratio on the camera, I would mostly, if you want to add a mask, I would probably do it in post.
Okay.
But you can change the film back setting so you get a different, essentially similar to a crop. I'm trying to think if there's any way to do it. Off the top of my head, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. But it is cool to preview it here if you do want to do a crop. Okay, so let's eject out of that. And let me disable that. So you just disable that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the virtual camera now.
Yeah, I find this to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I love this thing, and this is so the first iteration of this was designed by this guy Colin, and he had worked in the film industry for a while, and he made this thing out of blueprints, right? He used UMG blueprints, and he had this idea kicking around of what he wanted to do with this for a while. And he went off for a couple days and basically, I don't want to say coded it up, but basically made it with blueprints and UMG, and came back and had a pretty decent working version of this. And we used it like crazy for a while, and then it went through a refinement and cleanup process, and then that's where we are at now with the iPad. But I think it's pretty cool that the fact that you can have some crazy ideas, and we're seeing it with some of our other developers on one of our projects, that they're using things like the iPad to create all these really cool tools for virtual production. For example, one of the tools allows us to control characters in a multi-user environment. You can control characters on the stage. So if you're a director, you can have this iPad and you can change character skins, or if you take off hats, put hats on, whatever change props. View the different virtual cameras that you've got on the stage, see time code, all kinds of really, really cool stuff. So, and I think most of that has been, if not all of that, has been done with UMG and blueprints. And again, we'll often prototype that type of stuff. Some of it you can live in the engine permanently, or some of it we'll offload and have it properly coded up. So it's real fast and pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, this is the VCam iPad, and the only thing you need for this is it's basically a Wi-Fi connection. You need a remote desktop too, and I'll show you all of that in a minute in here, and then the app. So it's pretty straightforward. I think the first thing we'll look at, we do have a lot of documentation on this thing right here, and I do have a link to it, and I don't know the best way to...
We can share
We
it.
can share it with them.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to drag the screen over, or do you want to? I guess we'll share it afterwards.
Yeah, we'll share it
We're
in
gonna
chat,
share it
and then
in
they
chat,
can.
yeah.
Okay. Great. So, I would, if you really want to play with this stuff, I would highly recommend reading that document pretty thoroughly. It's not too hard to set up. I mean, I'm not a genius, and I didn't have
No,
too
it
many
took us
problems doing it. So
10 minutes or something here, I
Yeah.
think.
a few minutes. So the app that you'll need to go to the App Store and download is the Unreal Remote 2. And I believe there are a few remotes, but Unreal Remote 2 is the one that you want. That's the latest one. And then you want to enable these plugins. And let me,
This guy.
yes, that's it. That is it. So we're going to, these plugins I'm pretty sure are already enabled in here, but let's just go through them and because you'll have to go through the same process as well. All right, so we go to plugins and then look for virtual camera. So virtual camera. If you see this while you're at it, just enable this. This is another virtual production utility that you can use to use. It actually helps you with the VCam. It's not required for the VCam, but I'm going to show you two methods we're going to set this thing up with. The first method is just without this, the virtual production utilities, and the second method is a little more involved, but it gives you a little more, gives you a few more options. So just enable those two. Remote session, I think, is another one we want, and I think that lets the app communicate with Unreal. Remote session, enable that guy. Apple ARKit. So that's enabled by default, and I think that once you enable remote session, I think this enables by default. But double check it if it doesn't. Take recorder, obviously we've already kind of covered that, so you know about take recorder, and then virtual production utilities we also just took a look at. So as long as all that stuff's enabled, you should be good to go, I think.
Just those
Alright.
few things.
Yeah.
Just a couple of things.
Enable,
It's not
restart.
bad.
Everything,
all.
just
Yeah.
enable it all. All right, so I mentioned you want to add the Unreal Remote 2 to your iPad, and then I think one of the last steps in here is, in order for this to communicate with your computer, you need to make sure it can work through Wi-Fi network. And what you'll do is go bring up a command prompt and type in ipconfig. And that will bring, and this will be in your instructions for the VCam. But basically, get ipconfig and then get your IP, and then once you launch the app that's on here, you can manually enter that IP number into the app, and then that'll allow this to connect to your machine.
There's no implementation that you have to do on Realize. You don't have to transfer anything from the iPad, right?
I don't think so. Yeah.
No, it's just you
Yeah.
run the app on the iPad, you run Unreal on the PC.
Yep.
Type in the IP, connect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This all works. And I'm just going to read through some of the other things over here to make sure I'm not forgetting anything that you guys need. I think we're good. Here, I'm going to bring this over here so you can read it with me. All right, so we're going to go to, so this is, we've gone through ipconfig here. Under view options, just make sure all content is showing, plugins content. This may not be necessary, but I will show it to you. We're gonna look at the virtual camera player controller, and this is a part of a Blueprint script. This is a little more complicated, but it might be worth taking a look, and I'll show you where we switch out between ARKit. And as I said earlier, we can put mocap markers on this and not use ARKit and track it with in the mocap system, which is pretty cool. So let me show you where that is. If I can find it myself here on the content browser. I think one of the easiest ways to do it is going world settings. You're going to have to do this eventually anyway, but just set to virtual camera game mode, because we're going to use a special type of game mode to see the UI for this device.
Because it spawns a special pawn, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's its own. So we'll use that. And then I'm going to use that. We could search for this thing, but it might be easier just to locate it through. This is how I do stuff sometimes. I'll just add it into the world, or in this case, if it's a game mode, and if I want to find a component of it, I'll just go through and find it that way. So I just use the find tool, open this thing up, and then here, this is the exciting name, the Virtual Camera Player Controller, and this is where you can select your input source. So by default, I think it is ARKit. If not, double check it if you want to use ARKit. And then this live link target name is not needed. This would be used in conjunction with live link or custom. And that's when we're out on the stage and we have these things marked up, kind of like the kendo stick back here. So I just wanted to show you this stuff, just so you know that that's where those things live. Especially if I forget what the default is, but just double check that and make sure that's good. So okay, so that is about it, and I think we can start to think about firing this thing up now.
It's ready. We're all waiting.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. It better work too, right? Otherwise, all this buildup is you're gonna set this setting. And, all right. Cool. So let's try this. So at this point, you just launch, and you have to launch it. This thing does not yet work outside of Pi. Our hope is that it will in the not too distant future. And but this is kind of cool because then you can also bind inputs and things into here that you couldn't necessarily do in editor mode. So let's just go launch this, and then I'm going to connect with the app in here. I think this looks like our IP.
I believe. I don't think it has changed since yesterday.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Connecting. You get no signal. Look at that. Uh-oh.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh,
Boom.
Oh,
ta-da.
can you see this? Now we're connected. That's pretty cool. All right. Woohoo. All right. So let me move it around a little bit. Doesn't I add something in here? Anyway, let's show you can kind of see the.
Is it the white cube against the white background?
I don't know where I put it, but this is not a great demo. It actually gets better, I promise. There's other stuff that we're going to show this off with in a
Build a little
minute.
minigame. Find a cube.
Okay, well, at least you can see it works. You can look around your environment. Also, I think there's some videos, and I think Colin's made some videos on this that show the functionality. There's a lot of stuff this thing can do, and I think that's almost its own, could be its own thing. But suffice it to say that this device has a lot of capabilities, and you can change everything. We have like motion stabilization in there. You can stabilize your motion.
And the menu you brought up is from your iPad.
Right, and so I'm
So
controlling
what you're
it.
seeing in
Yeah, the UMG elements
stand-
currently in the Pi window, Grayson also has on the iPad.
Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, you couldn't. You
It's
couldn't see it
basically
here.
the window that we're seeing on the PC is the same window we're seeing on the iPad.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it's kind of cool because you can, you can have multiple operators on this potentially. You can have the person who's holding it can operate it themselves, which is usually how we roll. But you could also, if you have an operator on the PC or device that this is running off of, they can also interface with the mouse clicks on those same buttons.
Oh, cool.
And so sometimes, if you're doing fancy stuff, you can have multiple people working on this, which is cool. For example, one of the things we do, this is a little different, but sometimes we may have this device driving our camera and has all the lens and motion in it, but then we may have a separate operator using a game controller device to pull focus. So you could, and similar to the demo that we did for Real Time Live, so you can offload certain things to different operators and multiple people in multi-user.
It's really handy.
Yeah, it's kind of, or even just on one box, you can do it. If you're just at home, you can give your friend or something a controller. Okay, so let me exit out of here. And actually, before I do, let me take a look at something else here. We're gonna look at this. See this camera here? This camera just showed up, and by default, when you load up the VCam, Take Recorder will grab the VCam. It'll basically create a cinematic camera component, from what I understand, and it'll be a transient actor, so it'll be a spawnable. I don't know if you know the difference between spawnables and possessable actors, but basically it's a transient actor, and you can add it to Take Recorder, or it'll automatically add that actor to Take Recorder. And so when you record it, it'll record that actor. Let's just do it really quickly here. And I'm just going to kind of wiggle the camera around so you can kind of see it recording. It's not beautiful, but at least you can see. And we're just forget the slate name for now.
I think the cube might be maybe up above.
Yeah, they mentioned it was above you.
Yeah.
Oh, it is it?
Somewhere.
Somebody knows this.
There it
there's
is.
the cube. Thank you. Whoever mentioned that. Oh, everybody that was mentioning was like, let me widen
We're
the
all
lens
about
out.
crowdsourcing.
Crowdsourcing, yeah, definitely. And see, that's what this. Anyway. I say that's kind of the way we roll in virtual productions. Usually a bunch of us out on the stage, and somebody like me, where's the cube? I don't know. All right, so this is it. Yeah, cool. All right, actually, and you can see too. I just made the wide lens super wide, so it wasn't so overly zoomed in there. But yeah, cool. Let's record this. As awful as it looks, but we can at least kind of see how it works here. So I'll just hit the record button. Actually, put that up. And then I don't know if you can see this, but it's got a countdown on it. Yep. So
I think the pie window got minimized.
I think so. Here, I'll show you the
Yeah.
thing in a minute. All right, let's go ahead and stop that. I'm just going to go ahead and exit out of here. Oops. I think I need another arm here.
Would you like one of us to hold something for you?
No, it's okay. I think we got it. Okay.
We can call one of our super assistants.
Let's see if we got the data. You know, there's nothing quite like doing this live on a Twitch stream where you're like, I don't know, did I do it right? All right, hold on a second.
It's the same for everyone.
Yeah, it's the same for everybody. All right, let's see. Look at that beautiful camera work. So this is the review mode, and I'm just joking. Obviously, this is horrible camera work, but at least you can kind of see how this is what we were shooting. We were shooting with a really, really wide lens. Now, not that we would want to use this really for anything, but if we did, we could always go in and say I wanted to fix that lens in here. I could probably add a focal length change here. So let's just make it a longer lens. You zoom it in, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then, oops. Let's get rid of that. Let's pull that over there.
And now you're essentially managing some of the keys for the focal length, right?
Exactly. So I just changed the lens or the focal length on there. And so that it's, you know, I'm just using it as an example here of some of the stuff that you can do. Once you've got your shot, you can go in and you can start modifying it. You can change your focus distances. You can add focal length. You can change, even if you want to change the film back, you can change the film back. And how we will use this in an operational environment is pretty simple. Like, you'll get your shot, and then, you know, it's not quite right, so we'll go back and polish it. Or maybe you get the shot and it's perfectly fine, and you can roll that way too. But I like being able to go back sometimes and just touch things up. Let me show you something else here that I find to be pretty useful. So when we record this data, you can see there is a heck of a lot of transform data. And if you're used to keyframing cameras, this will probably look like a nightmare to you. But you can optimize that by so you bring up the curve editor here, and I'll give you a case of how I use this in the not too distant past for a demo, and it's a pretty good example. So what you do is oops, let me get back to that. Again, I'm having a little trouble navigating here.
It's a new computer.
I blame the computer.
Yep.
So you can grab all that data, and you can, oops. So there's a key reduction. I'm having trouble seeing it because I'm going to have to bring this way over. Oh, are you kidding me? I may have to tear this thing off in a second to do it right. But let's see. Well, I may not be able to show this off. But let's. I'll just kind of try to describe it to you. And I think it's just because of my screen, and I'm a little hesitant to go moving stuff around so we don't screw up the Twitch stream here. But basically, you can go in there, and there's a drop at the very end of the curve editor. There's a little drop down arrow that you can press, and it's got something called reduce keys on it, and you can give it a value from 0 to 1, and 1 will get rid of pretty much everything. And so I'll usually start off with like 0.2, and it'll reduce all those keys down to a very simple editable curve. And how we use this type of stuff is we had a demo for, I think it was for Reflections, NVIDIA Reflections demo, something like that. And we wanted to show off reflections, ray tracing. And one of our guys asked me if we could do you know, like a 2-minute long continuous camera move that showed all this stuff off.
Oh, wow.
And so hand keying that in the past, we'd be like, oh man, all right, that'll take us like a week to do and get it all right, or potentially. So instead of that, this was in our toolbox, and so we decided to try this, and I gave him the camera, and he actually shot the thing, and we turned it around in a day. And after we got the basic camera moves, and there was a little bit of wiggle in there, and so I was able to use this key reduction with tape recorder and this camera to get essentially a 2-minute long, very scripted camera move that showed all these different parts of I was Captain Phasma from Star Wars, the reflections and stuff in there.
Such a beautiful demo.
And yeah.
Do you mainly use that feature as a means to filter out that jitter, or can it also be used as what you were trying to do here, essentially get rid of some keys so that it's easier to work with?
Yeah, you can use it as a filter. There's cases where it definitely works to smooth things out. Although a lot of times what I'll try to do is use this. I'll use the motion, filtering here, and if that still doesn't cut it, then yeah, we can use it to filter noisy data. And I find more and more that I just do single-axis filtering. So the good thing about using this is you do get a little bit of a handheld look to it. So you can reduce that, and then you can go down to even a single track, and say you have too much tilt, or maybe the camera's really not tilting up that much, but you want to fine-tune that. You can reduce just that one track, down to something very minimal that then is manageable, and then you can even reduce it down to nothing, and then re-keyframe very subtle changes, and like if you're going to frame the top of someone's head or whatever.
So does it write a key for every frame?
Yeah, this does. This does. When we're recording it, absolutely. Yeah, it writes a key for every frame. So you got a lot of data you can work with, which is pretty cool. And like I said, that can be challenging in post if you want to, take it and then use that as a base. But with key reduction, that gives you the option to do that. So I'll close this down, and maybe at the end of the show we can show you. I'll tear this off, and we can look for that little button if you want to see it. Maybe let me know if you want to do that. Okay. So let's go back. Okay. So I think we've got the basics. I think you get the basic idea of how we use this. I'm going to open up another level and show you the level structure of how we actually do virtual production. Use certain level structure that we use, and like the VP root actor. We'll talk a little bit about that, and this will be a little more formal use of this camera. You can see it in action. Before we do that though, I'd like to talk a little bit about 2 commands that you can use to improve the performance of this, and they are remote.quality 0 to 100, and then remote.framerate, and then you specify a frame rate. So what that does is if you do remote.quality, let's just say 25, the image that's on this will be more pixelated. It won't look beautiful. The final pixels are fine, but it's all for performance reasons. So you reduce the complexity of images that are being transferred, and it basically makes it faster. I find that this is kind of useful in conjunction with unlit mode sometimes on machines, especially if you're really just interested in getting a beautiful camera motion, or just nailing that. I think that sometimes we do look for ways to make things run even faster than they already are. So that's pretty useful. And then remote frame rate, same thing. It'll actually give you if you reduce the frame rate, I believe it just gives you a little bit better performance sometimes. So those two commands, once you're in Pi, bring up the console and enter the commands, and then you can adjust those up and down. And I also don't know if y'all know about this, but I think that you can do remote, so if you do a command, console command like remote.quality space ? It'll actually give you the information of oftentimes if there are comments in the code, it'll give you information about what the different variables do. So that's a pretty useful tool. Some gotchas to look out for. I promise we're going to get to the next section in a second. but gotchas to look out for with the VCam. 2 that I've hit before. Make sure you're in Pi before you launch this, because otherwise it will not connect. So get into Pi before you launch this. And then also make sure your camera it sounds stupid, but make sure your camera on this iPhone is enabled before you try to launch it, because I've had a case where somebody turned the camera off and I couldn't figure out why, we couldn't get a connection and things weren't working. So silly thing, but just make sure somebody hasn't turned your camera off on your iPhone or your iPad. I'm going to bring this over here for a second. So we're going to look at the VP Root Actor, and this is an actor that was written to help us with virtual production and also to help us with the VCam. In the past, when we tried to use the VCam on stage, it was a virtualized camera component. So it was wasn't an actor in the world, basically. It just was like almost like spawned into the world. It's a virtual actor. And in order to grab that and interact with that camera, it was a bit complex. We'd have to do a lot of scripting to get around that. And I think a real good example of this is, so we did want to have a person who was going to pull focus on one of the cameras, or for a camera that we were driving on this. It would require, some blueprint scripts to get that all working. Mm-hmm. And so we asked we would just like to have the camera be a physical actor in the world, just like any other cinematic camera that this thing drives. And so that's what we got, basically, with a virtual VP Root Actor. And also, the VP Root Actor does some other things. You can move your scenes around, and overall it helps with virtual production. It keeps it a little more gives you a little more flexibility. So let's take a look at how those are set up. I've got a level here. I'm going to open. We'll just call it VPP. And this level has a few sub-levels in it. I'm going to go through this because this is pretty important for us, for our workflows, for virtual production. It's not necessary. You don't have to do it, but I'd recommend you do it. Usually we have a P level that has, if we want to have scripts or other basic things in it, we usually have just a pretty simple container level. And then we have virtual production art, and that's any of the backgrounds that you see in there, anything that's art related. And then we have virtual production Cine. And Cine levels for virtual production will have all the cinematic cameras, virtual production actors, that type of thing. And let's take a look real quick at, put this aside, take a look at what's in the level. Right. Now, I don't know if you all use this much, but I love this feature.
I love it too.
Only in current levels.
Yep.
So this is especially useful for virtual production because sometimes you have a big set, thousands of actors, or thousands of pieces, of static meshes, triggers, effect systems, lights, whatever they are. This helps us narrow down just the things we want to look at. And I will say that when we get hot and heavy out there on the stage and we're trying to shoot a lot of content, being able to easily see, what you want to work on is very important. Otherwise, it gets a little bit on the scary side, trying to sort through tons of actors. So just anyway, only in current level is a cool feature. In this level, we've added the VP Root Actor, and this comes from that plugin that I think it was the name of the plugin was, let me look it up here again, Virtual Production Utilities. Yeah, that's where this thing comes from. And this is an actor that you can. So if we go up here, VP Root Actor. This is what you want to add to your level. The way that this works also is that it must live in its own. So it must live in its own level. You have to create a P level, and then it has to live in its own level under there. And this essentially lets you add in a camera that you can that is gettable for the VCam. So let me just show you. We'll click on this. So click on the VP Root Actor, and under there, you can get cinematic camera, and this is where you will assign, out of the cameras that you have available, that's where you'll assign your VCam. Now I built one of these in the level. It's a simple, super simple cinematic camera here.
Those are references to cameras currently in the world, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is the placeable. Let's just find it here in the world so you can kind of see it. It's a little probably easier to visualize. So I think it's one of these cameras down here. Yep, there it is. So I just stuck it at the origin. But again, the cool thing is now we can actually see this, and this is what the VCam is going to drive, and you can interact with it. If you haven't used the VCam a lot, you're probably like, yeah, big deal. But trust me, being able to access this thing pretty easily is a good thing. We've also in this virtual level, or the virtual production level, we've got I've added just one cinematic camera, and I just called it UE Virtual Camera 01. When we're shooting on stage, I like to have, if we can, have a few cameras for coverage, and it's very easy just to add a few cinematic cameras in there, pilot them, and then record them. So let's just say we want a coverage of some kind of shot. We want a shot kind of like this, and we just want to see what happens through that one camera. And so we can record multiple cameras at the same time. So in theory, you could add like 10 cinematic cameras all at the same time, and
switch between them and then use the same VCam iPad.
Yeah, so you can do multiple camera coverage. If you expand that out even to a bigger model, you can attach cameras to characters, so you could easily do over-the-shoulder shots with POV shots, front-on shots, perspective cameras and then you can add logic to those, and so then all of a sudden you've got all these cameras after a single shoot that you have a lot of footage that you can then put out. They can go immediately to editorial, and that's pretty cool, because then you get into like very quick editing and you have a lot of options there. Anyway.
Can you use several iPads connecting to the same PC recording?
Not the same PC. In multi-user, I think we may have some issues with that. I haven't really experimented too deeply with that, but I believe we can. I think we can.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. So let's look and see what else is in here. So we've got the VCam down here that we added, one of the virtual cameras, just to pilot around. Let's do some kind of a shot up here. Or actually, yeah, this is better. All right, we'll leave that. And then we have these are just some effects that are in here, and that's not really that important. What is important, though, is this guy, the stage origin. So this is just a blank actor that I've brought in an empty actor from modes, and I just called it stage origin and attached everything underneath that. Everything is a child of that actor. So if we move that actor around, everything is attached to it. Obviously, he's going to move around with it. The reason why we do that is that if we want to move a shot, so we record all this stuff, and let's say the sun is in the background for this one shot, and we're like, you know what, we don't want the sun in the background. We want to see the city that's actually 90 degrees over this way. We can take the whole shot and in one operation move it so everything's now lined up this way. If you don't, you know what I mean, so the camera is now pointing this way, we don't see the sun, we see the city in the background. If you don't do that, then you run into the problem where somebody has to go through and adjust the camera. All right, now adjust the character, now adjust all the effects, now adjust all the buildings, all the particle systems, and all the lighting and everything. You just have to do all these operations. So generally speaking, that's one of the reasons why we use the stage origin, so that we can quickly, and we can keyframe that in a sequencer. You just add a transform key to it and then rotate it or move it wherever in the world you want. So that gives us a lot of flexibility. I think that mostly covers it for what we wanted to show here. I'm going to go ahead and start adding actors. So let's just call this if you notice that in this take, this auto updated to 1 because this doesn't exist anywhere. And so sequencer and take recorder are smart about that. They know that if you have a new slate here, it'll update to 1. You can always change that to whatever you want. But that's kind of a cool little feature. I need to cover presets at some point too. And you know what? Let me populate this slate first with actors and stuff, and then we'll look at that, and I'll show you how we use that. So let's get some cameras in here. So we're going to record this VCam. So I'm just going to drop that in. Let's record this virtual camera. We'll drop that in there too. Pull this down.
Yeah, we got plenty of questions too.
Okay, cool, great. How are we doing on time overall? We doing pretty good?
We're doing all right. We technically have 15 minutes left, but I think we can.
Okay.
We can go a little longer.
All right, cool. We still have stuff if we want, and we can always do it.
Just be here all afternoon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, why not? All right. So let's see. We've got a mannequin here. We're going to record this mannequin as well. And I think that's about it. I think that's all we want to record for now. We could try the audio if you want. Let's just add some audio here, microphone audio. All right, so we've got this, we're going to record the mannequin, record the microphone audio, virtual camera, and the VCam. All right, and let me fire this thing up. We'll go jump into Pi here. I actually may have to do a little of this. Are we good with the audio recording too? If I just grab the earphone?
Yeah, we are. Well,
let's try it.
so am I supposed to
What's that?
act as the...
Oh yeah, if you want to,
come
yeah, that'd be
I don't
great.
know if the cable...
That would
Oh, really?
be awesome.
All right, we'll do a multi...
All right, so here we go. Actually, that's something we'll do it in the next run here. We'll just do I'm going to just do a quick camera recording here. Where we're going to change the lens, very brief, and I just want to see what the output is that we get here. I don't know why that changed.
Window management.
Yeah,
Window management. All right.
management too.
Focus in on his face.
Yeah, you're using some of the UMG elements to switch that on the iPad.
Yeah, I'm using the switching on there. Okay, I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly. I think everybody gets the idea of what we're trying to do here, so I'm not gonna get too fancy with it here. And just do a quick recording. You can see the countdown, and we should be recording at this point. Let's do a from feet. Just pan up, tilt up. There we go. Okay, all right, and you want to cut that right there. Let me exit out of here. Review what we got. All right, so right now we're actually viewing this first source, the camera cuts, is viewing through that virtual camera that we added. So that kind of shows you how that stuff works. So if this was an automated camera, it could be tracking that character, or you could have set it at any number of different locations. So let's go down to the VCam. We're going to need to unlock the sequence. Pull it over here. Unlock that guy. All right, so we're going to go in there. Now you can see all the recording data that we got. And then this should look like what we shot. Yeah, cool.
And you click the camera icon there on the VCam to get that perspective.
Right.
Be the one being played back, right?
Right.
Because you can also view it from the other cameras that was in the scene, right?
Correct. And you can set if you wanted to, and usually what we'll do is a base. Let me go up here. Again, I'm going to pull this out. What we will do is we can always set that camera up in the top level track here. Let's go up there. You can go and right click this and say properties, and then set what camera you actually, what binding you want. So in this case, let's just do it, the VCam, and then that'll be the VCam binding. If you commit to that, it'll do that. And the other way to do it too is and this is honestly what I'll often do is I'll just delete this and then go through there. So that is now the VCam. You can do it either way, but yeah. So that's how you could quickly change that. Now this is interesting because if you're creating a scene, you can basically quickly change whatever camera you want. So you could shoot several takes all at one time of different camera perspectives for this one shot, and then decide in post or after you're assembling it. Actually, I want to use this one that's a little bit closer or a little bit farther away or whatever it is. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Let me show you something else here. Let's do. Okay, I am going to try to add something that's another sequence that's in here. And give me a second to set this up here. Let's be a minute. We're going to try to set up another sequence that just that plays so we can shoot with it. Copy paste, additive animation. I think we use this one.
And that's a sequencer asset?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a subscene. And this subscene, let me do the subscene track. So if I do this right, I may screw it up, and if I do, I apologize to everybody. But if I set this up properly, we should be able to play this subscene and we'll see an actor in the background running and jumping over something. We're actually going to use this sequence later on to talk about additive animation if we have time. But this will show how you can add and record animation in from other sequences in here. So let me just add this in there. Scene. And then I'll go over here. All right, so we have this guy over here that we're going to have him, I think he jumps over a chair. All right, and then he hits a wall. There we go. All right, it's kind of silly. But that's the thing I want to try to shoot with the VCam. Now, this is a little shooting from the hip here. But let's see if we can get it to work, though. I need to set I think by default he's hidden, so I'm going to unhide him. And we do this quite a bit in virtual production where we show and hide stuff all the time, and it gets a little maddening. And sometimes we just make hotkeys for this, so that especially if we're running in Pi, we can just hit a key, toggle visibility states on the characters, so we don't have to go through and do all these little operations. All right, so we're going to play that sequence, and then we're going to record the VCam. I'm going to try to shoot that sequence. If I can get this down here.
See what your virtual camera skills are.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm a little concerned. Let's see if we get that. And this one we can actually try to record the audio for it too. Get the VCam. Drag that in there, and I think that's all we need. So we should have. Actually, we need this actor too.
And now you're marking them to be recorded, right?
Right. So that's the source in here. And again, if we had Live Link, which if we have time, we can talk about that. But that would be, you can add these different sources, and it'll show your different sources there. Okay, so let's fire this up.
We're going to do audio?
We can try audio.
Yeah,
we should
let's
try
try
audio.
audio.
Let's see if everything, I think, is live there. Let me. Okay, we may get this guy in frame, but maybe not a big deal. Okay. All right. I'm going to do the camera here.
Looks so pumped and ready.
He's like, yeah, I'm ready. All right. I don't know if this is pretty clear, but I really have not rehearsed this much. So this is pretty much right here, right now. So, okay. Maybe I could give it to you to.
Yeah. Do you want me to hold something or hit
you
the
want
button?
to?
Or
Yeah, that'd be
all
great.
three of us
sure,
then.
sure.
All right. Can you
So-
try to focus on the running guy over there on the left, or at least for a second? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to key off this sequence here, and then basically as he goes, just try to track him across the screen.
All right.
Let's see if I don't
Here we
screw
go.
something up. All right. So we're recording in 3, 2, 1. He's going to take off. There you go. Track him. Catch up with him. There you go. And then.
Oh.
All right. Well, I forgot to unhide something, but yeah.
The wall.
All right. Cool. And actually, you can do this. Let's do
It
another.
was just a force field. That's all.
All right. Let's do. You know what? Let's do another take, really quickly, and let's change this. And this is what the take system is for too. Hidden. So that we're going to unhide that chair, so we can actually see the chair he's jumping over, and unhide this thing over here. You ready to go in a second too? So we get that. Give it a second. It takes a second to connect. Okay, great. Good. You ready?
There he is.
Okay, here we go. Take 2. I don't know why it says take 9. I think I apologize. It's my fault. I think I did something silly there. All right, take 2. And action. There you go.
Oh,
Okay, great.
I should not be a cinematographer.
And all right. So, all right, let's see what we got. This is the review footage. And drum roll, please. I'm gonna remove this. Let's see if I can delete that track. Or not. Actually, I have to unlock it first. So my favorite part is unlocking things. There you go. Remove that. And then our audio, you can see the waveforms here. I don't know, can we play that back for the audience, or you can see that? But let's play it back in context so you can.
my onomatopoeia skills are coming to fruition here.
All right, you know what? Let's view it through the VCam here. Go in there. All right, here we go. Can you said you can hear it play back and stuff too?
Yeah, I can.
Oops, hold on a second. Well, I've royally screwed it up here. I apologize. I've done something horrible. Let me go back to the. Oh boy! All right. Hold on a second. You remember this thing? I wonder if I can just hit undo. You think undo would work?
I'm not
You
sure.
could
I saw
try it.
what
Try
you
it.
did. Try
Just do it live here.
Do we just need another take?
All right. View it. See if that works. Well, you can see.
Oh, there's
the
a couple of them.
Yeah, that was the shot, but we don't see many.
Yeah, we don't see the actor. I may have. I don't know.
So I saw two of them running.
Well,
here.
so much for that. Cut. All right, that did not work. I'm sorry, that's my fault.
It's all good.
Would one of you mind helping me bring that back up? Because I think I've lost my place in that.
Yeah. So.
Let's go to the launcher
Yep. And then go down, scroll down, and then it should be
that one.
That one. Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, that's a beautiful demo. So, welcome to virtual production. I'm feeling that's
That's representative.
it's probably me.
Occasionally happens.
I think I hit the wrong button. Anyway, so what we should see when I'm doing that properly is we should see the mannequin. Let's skip that. We'll see the mannequin going across the screen with the camera. You saw the camera working, so you get a pretty good idea of how that works. I think at this point we can either try to reshoot that, or if you want, we can. I think everybody gets the idea of how this stuff works.
Yeah.
I think we need to roll into probably the other 422 features, if y'all are good with that.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, cool. Let me open that level back up. Okay. All right, so let's look at the content browser here. And I think the next thing on the list is talking a little bit about LiveLink and how we use LiveLink on the stage and some of the various forms of LiveLink. So the definition, let me give you a quick definition of LiveLink here. The purpose of LiveLink is to provide a common interface for streaming and consuming animation data from external sources, for example, DDC tools or mocap servers into Unreal Engine 4. In basic terms, it's like how we get streaming data into the engine. So we can be doing mocap, and we'll get the, like for example, if we're streaming like this prop back here, we can stream it through like Vicon into Mobu, and then it comes in through LiveLink in the engine, and it lets us record the transform data on this prop. We can also record things like facial data, so that's how we record a lot of the faces on the iPhones right now. So when people are emoting, we capture the facial animation, and that all comes in as tons and tons of little keyframes. And it's actually editable. I've edited some of our facial in LiveLink. I think getting that out of Engine back into Maya, if you want to, is coming down the road as well. I think. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's the case. But anyway, that's how we use LiveLink, and it's a pretty cool little tool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that would be useful for that. It's available in 422, and then I want to say thanks to Wes and Andrew Porter for the links and the videos. I think Wes did a long, I think he did quite a stream.
Yeah,
on,
about how to use
on how to use LiveLink, right?
I'm not sure about that. I saw the one with the cinematic camera.
Okay.
Yeah, we did one on LiveLink.
Okay.
So can we fire that video up and take a look at that real quick, just to kind of show you. Pull this out of the way. So over here, this is Andrew in Maya, and he's got an object he's going to move, and he's going to give it that object a name, and ultimately that'll be the source name. That'll be the name that we see in Engine for LiveLink, and I'll show y'all in a minute how where LiveLink lives in the engine. And so all this is just he's moving some cubes, or you can see it right here actually. So he's going to add the source. If you go into the Windows, there's a Windows drop down. There's something called Live Link. You can bring that up, and you can add a source from Maya. And how we usually use it again is we have mocap that's coming in through Live Link. So we'll actually drive bodies that way, and that's how we get our bodies animating. And here he's just showing that you basically add a skeletal mesh. So it's the same thing as what you see in Maya. And then there's a Live Link pose that you can add in an animation blueprint, and that's how you get that Live Link data into Engine. Let's see if there's anything else. Also, right now, this is running in Pi. To see the updates, you have to run in Pi, but also you don't have to be in Pi. You can be just an editor. And then in that case, you have to, if you're in your animation blueprint, you need to have a Live Link component in the animation blueprint, and that will let you drive things live in editor. And that's how we do things out on the virtual production stage here. We actually have, we drive things mostly in editor, except for the VCAM, which we do in Pi. But in multi-user environment, everybody can be an editor. Most people can be an editor, and we have somebody in Pi doing things like the VCAM.
And you can see the mocap actors moving in real time and record.
Yeah, yeah. And I think overall, I like to be an editor because then you have full functionality of everything. So that's basically what that little video shows there. It just gives you some context for how Live Link works. And there's some documentation that I've added, and this is in my document here, and we can probably share
I'll make sure
that.
to share them on the announcement forum post.
Okay. So let's look at some of the improvements in 422 for Sequencer and some of these really cool features. And these are things that I think I end up using pretty much on a weekly or daily basis. So let's look at animation blending first. I'm going to get rid of Take Recorder, I think. Yeah, let's just get rid of that for now. So animation blending lets us easily blend between two animations. In the past, we weren't able to very easily blend animation. This new tool is great for quickly blending in-game animation. So take a look at this. This is unblended animation. You can see there's a big pop here. If we frame through these frames, I'll just go through the 10. It's about like 10 frames.
Using the arrow keys there?
Yeah, it is the arrow keys. But you can see see the hand pop between.
Yeah.
So pop position the stomach area up here. So what we're going to do, and you won't believe this, but we've actually used this for final release demos. I think we did it for the Star Wars demo that we had a head turn. I probably should show you the feature first, but I'll just talk about it. We wanted to have one of the characters turn their head to the side, and we had like the animation of the head being in one position was this long, and so we chopped that and we brought in the back end of the animation, and then it blended really smoothly right into where we wanted it to blend to. So let me drag this over here, and then you basically you can shove it. You can just push that animation right through the other animation, and you should get a relatively smooth blend. So now if you frame through this, there's no pop.
That's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it really is one of those things that this is.
And you did nothing but like overlap those tracks, right?
Yeah.
You didn't select a crossfade of any sort? Or
Yeah, and you can, if you want to micro tune it, let's just drag it out here, you can adjust the curve on these so you can change that value if you want to. And you can do it pretty much anywhere you want, so you just do it right from there. So I think in terms of cinematics and even game animation type stuff, I think this is one of the more powerful animation tools we've seen in a while for just everyday use stuff. We use it all the time, and it makes life a lot easier. Okay, so that's one. Let's see, the next one would be copy and pasting of animations. This is another one that that drives me nuts. If you do much layout or do much cinematic work, if you just try to copy an animation from one track down to the rest of the track, in the past you haven't been able to do that, but now it's pretty cool. You can do it pretty easily. So you should be able to copy, Control-C, and you pull your scrub bar down here. You can copy and paste it. I know it looks really simple, but that didn't work for a while. The other cool thing that you can do is copy this and then paste it into multiple tracks at the same time. Oops, hold on a second, let me do this. Sorry. So you can copy and paste, and usually I'll delete the other existing animation that was in there. But this allows you to copy and paste animations to a large group of actors. We'll get back over here. Doesn't sound that exciting, but it's really useful for crowds, because what you can do is say you have one actor, or say you have 3 actors, you have one long piece of animation, and instead of manually going through and adding each of these little tracks to the animation tracks to each of the actors, you can just copy and paste it all, and then slide your timings down like this. Let's do this real quick. So I'm basically just going to pull these out. These are looping animations, and I'll just pull these animations out, and I'll very minimally adjust the timings. So now they're all in a little bit different timings here. And so now that helps randomize it. Otherwise, they'd all be playing in the same animation at the same point. So it's basically copying and pasting animations.
There you got your crowd of minis.
Yeah. All right.
That's great.
Okay.
You can even use that if you have, for some reason, need to do a last sort animation edit, even for something they use in a game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty neat. All right, so additive animation. Let's see what we got here. So this is the character that we were seeing earlier. It was jumping across the chair. We could roll it 2 different ways here. One, I could kind of show you and talk you through it, or I could rebuild this whole thing from scratch if you want. So it depends on our time, depends on what you think. But the idea here is that we've got a keyframed. So these are a bunch of animations that we string together, and they do flow together correctly. But what we wanted to do was add we had a basic transform of this character. So during this animation position, without these transforms, he's just going to stay in place. Let me disable that for a second to show you. So without transforms, this is the animation, base layer animation. With the transforms, this is where I'm actually moving him through the space. So this is moving him 400 units. By the time he hits this transform, it's 400 units. And then this is like another 150 units, I think, over, and then another 400 units, and it hits it. And what I've done is added this. This is a new track that you can add. So you can additive, absolute, relative. The thing I'd like to really mostly focus on right now, and because these are longer discussions, is additive, just to kind of show you how this works. And so this is an additive track that we're basically pulling the character up with. The cool thing about this is it is additive. It is an additive transform track. And so instead of going in and destroying or modifying the existing transform track, you can add this layer of transform onto this actor. And of course, in the past, we might have grabbed the might have gone into the z-axis and modified that value. But I like the fact that if I don't like it, don't like what I've done, I can just remove it and start over without having to reset a bunch of values. And again, you can slide those around, and you can also retime them. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with that. So that's a new feature. And I think it's an improved feature that's going to continue to be, from what I understand, it's going to continue to be refined over time. But that is in 422. It's pretty useful.
Yeah.
Let's see, object binding track. Okay. So this is a pretty simple example of being able to. Oops, we just got to compile some shaders there. Basically, what we're going to do is we add we can change a material, you can change a mesh, you can change whatever you want through these key tracks, and it's pretty cool because you can very quickly update. Like in this case, we just updated the logo. And so let me show you a little bit about how that's done. I don't know I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, you're using.
You can modify textures or whatever you want. So I believe in the past, and I'll be honest, I haven't done a lot of this, but I believe in the past we usually use event tracks and a variety. Sometimes you could use material switchers in the track system here, but this makes it pretty clean. Let me delete this and see if I can do it out of scratch here.
Adding a new track.
Basically a material switcher, right? So material switch. And then you can go down here and let's just do logo. So this basically we're changing a logo on this character's chest. Right there. And then you would add, you saw that earlier. I'll basically go in here and then add it, change the different assets, whatever material I want in there. Let's see if the logo's in there. Let's just show engine content as well. That's not, I don't know if, I would assume everybody knows about this, but if not, if you don't see plugins, if you don't see stuff, make sure you have these enabled, because I usually like to see all the content and things. So let's add that again. Type in logo. Engine logo here. And so that should change it once it hits it. So you get the idea.
Yeah.
And then we can go back if you want to add another key. Cool. So that's that feature. Let's look at one more here. Let's look at multiple object binding. And this one is pretty simple. I believe this worked in Matinee, but it hasn't worked in Sequencer for a long time. This is great for effects artists. So if you're an effects artist and you want to trigger a series, like in this case, there's a series of particles that fire off. It's like, I think they're explosions. And in the past, you'd have to add a track for each one of these, which is really tedious. And I could go through here, but it's probably best not to. So what I'll do instead is I'll add one of these to Sequencer. Add actor to Sequencer. And then I'll select all the other particle systems in here. And assign, add all those selected. And now we have 5 of these emitters on this one track. And the great thing about this is that, again, you don't have to go through each track. So you can trigger all this through a single track, and it'll fire off. So it's multiple object bindings, basically, which is a pretty simple thing, but it's extremely useful for big, complicated sequences.
Yeah, because if you have like an intense shooting scene or a car crash with maybe even hundreds of particles going off, and some of them are firing at the same time.
Yes.
You have one track.
One track to control it all, which is cool.
There's a fun quote there that I can't.
Yeah.
All
right. So that's mostly it.
Yeah, that's great. We have received a ton of questions, so I think we should try to go through them as.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, we'll try to be quick, but I know that some of these are important, and we might just talk about them a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see. So first of all, they're asking a little bit of general questions about a tape recorder and sort of when you're doing that kind of blending of mocap and VCam and virtual production. And they were asking what percentage of gameplay and cinematic animation is hand animated or virtually captured and touched up?
Okay, so right now, a lot of the data, I'll be very honest about, this is one in the pipeline. We have a variety of different ways of doing things. For one of the projects I'm working on right now, we do a lot of capture in Engine, where we will capture the motion on stage, we will record it with Take Recorder, and we will use Take Recorder to play that back very quickly to see what we got in the environment with all the stuff that's in Unreal. And I think that's the great power of that. Simultaneously, we are capturing mocap data. So what we can often do is we'll take that data that we captured in Engine and begin to do layout, even sometimes there on the stage, which is really cool, because then you can very quickly iterate. Simultaneously, the data that we captured on the mocap stage is being processed and cleaned up, rough cleanup, and then at some point we do circle takes or things that we really like, and we will have that data then processed completely, and then we will bring that back into Engine for final animation. So we're not necessarily getting final animation out. That said, it depends on your quality bar. I mean, if you're looking for super high quality animation, I would right now we're not there yet. We can, although it still looks, for most people, as far as I'm concerned, it looks great, and I think for most most things we can get some pretty good data out of it. So that's where we're at, and I think our studio supervisor, CG supervisor, Andrew Harris, and I did a talk about a week ago where we talked a little bit about this stuff, but I think through machine learning down the road, we'll be able to take some of these animations that come off the stage and clean them up right there and then, or train machines to better animate them based on examples that we give those the programs, which is pretty cool.
And so using machine learning essentially to do what used to be manual.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Could be great because then that way you literally leave the stage with potentially in the perfect world you leave with final animation or damn near final animation.
They were wondering how accessible would you say a home virtual production setup would be? And some of the follow-up questions that were similar, where's the entry point to get into virtual production? And then they're asking a little bit about the minimum equipment that they would need.
Yeah. So I'll be pretty frank with you. I don't know what the minimum is because we've got a lot of, very fortunate in that regard. We've got a lot of access to pretty much anything we need. But I will say that it's funny because some of these small projects or things that I do at my desk is really nothing. I mean, it's not that complicated. I feel like you can do a heck of a lot with very little, especially with this engine. And I think that's the real power of it. So you can have a big team with people in multi-user and, like a lot of experts basically doing stuff, or you can have like one or two people who kind of know what they're doing, even one person. Like at SIGGRAPH, there was this one guy that I always love this. He was one of the competitors at SIGGRAPH, and he had an XN suit and using the same technology, ARKit iPhone, and he played these crazy looking babies on stage, and he won SIGGRAPH. We were one of the competitors at SIGGRAPH. He won it, and he did a great job. And that's like the one-man band example. So it really, I think it shows the power of the engine. But to answer your question directly, I think that if you can probably buy one of these either new or used. It does give you the ability, so you can use ARKit in here, or if you want, you can use a Vive system, and you can put a tracker on the back of this thing and track it with a Vive system. For mocap, obviously, if you want to run a mocap system, that can be pretty. Obviously, that gets expensive, but you can use. I think there's some options out there for tracking with using Vive pucks.
Yeah, we use
on
6
you.
of them.
Yeah, 6 of them, and then that will. I mean, you can start doing some pretty passable stuff with that, and then you have an iPhone that has potentially ARKit capability where you get a helmet and you can mount that, or if you don't even want to do that, you can still capture body motion and then essentially ADR facial animation later, which means you can capture your body motion and then do your facial. You set a mount up on your desk potentially, and then record facial in post for using Take Recorder. So I think I would guess that if we're going to put a number to it, maybe $4,000 or $5,000 potentially, something like that.
Sounds about right.
Maybe less than that, depending if you're using new or used equipment. So that's a pretty minimal setup. But I've seen pro companies, like film industry companies, using Vive stuff to capture bodies. So I know that at least for previs, and higher end stuff.
Yeah,
that's
and we have
possible.
IK solvers in the engine that you can rig up in the animation blueprint to do some of that what you otherwise would do in post at runtime while it's being recorded.
And if I had to guess, in the next 10 years, next 5 years, I would think that we would have more, machine vision type stuff that might be free people up to get more into virtual environments too. That's a lot of pie in the sky stuff. But the reality is that I think these technologies are interesting to everybody. And I think that we're interacting with virtual worlds more and more every day. So
it's not too far off, mainly because in the VR space, we're looking for ways to be able to track your own body in real time. So there is a consumer facing, not need, but like there's a want for that kind of peripheral,
entrance,
which is the same where the Vipocs come from, right? And we will be able to use them for this technology.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's pretty exciting. I've been in this industry, 15, 16 years now, and it's just, I feel like this, especially the virtual production stuff, is really exciting because it's like this mix of real world stuff and the virtual stuff, and I think it's pretty cool.
Let's see. They were asking, how can I simulate handheld camera movements right inside of Unreal Engine?
Okay, so there's a couple ways to do this. I'll give you as much information as I can. So number one, if you want to forget all hardware devices, you can start with keyframing, and you can use camera anim tracks. And what a camera animation track is it will give you a matinee that you can either import Maya, so you can either capture information or you can hand key it in there, and you can hand key noise, right? and then you can play that noise track. If once you get a long section of noise that you like or you feel is pretty good, you can then play that on any camera in sequencer as a general noise track, and you control the properties. There's also automated like blueprint type camera noise. You can that'll give you random fluctuations in your transform data. That's pretty cool. Something that I've used before is just grab an old if you have a VR system or even a cheap VR system, whatever it is, you can grab the controller and you can actually record that controller with Take Recorder, and then
I actually showed a little bit of that in a previous stream we did, where I set up a VR spectator camera, and you can grab the camera in game and then record with it. So that's a very good way, because it's actually
it's handheld.
Handheld, yeah.
Yeah, totally, or controller or whatever. So yeah, those are a few ways, and then of course you've got the system, and you can
Xbox controller, like anything that sort of is human device input will help you get that handheld look.
Yeah. I mean, I do find the Vive is a really, or Oculus anyway, any VR controller, super easy way of getting very quickly, animations. And you can even, this is kind of crazy, but you can even use the headset if you want as, as your camera, and you can kind of see things that way because you can see it on the screen. I've used the headset as a camera, literally as a camera. And you can also, like if you want to time it to an impact or something, you can give it a little shake. And you can use that in conjunction with Take Recorder, and then you create keys that you can then put into Camera Anim, so you can actually store those as a variety of different camera animations. So you get on the rabbit hole
Oh my goodness.
ways to capture stuff. And how we usually do it, very briefly, is we'll capture it on stage. So if we want to create it as a camera anim, we'll just capture a variety of different camera animations and stuff on stage.
They're wondering if they can get camera tracking by fixing an iPad to a DSLR and no additional hardware. For simple green screen compositions.
I haven't really done. I would love to answer that in detail, but I really am not extremely familiar with the compositing and all the permutations of that. I feel much more comfortable talking about probably.
Yeah, I would say that due to the fact that the iPad is not one-to-one with the virtual camera, for green screen, that's probably not the best way to go at it. Because then you'll that's hard to line it up. In that regard, it's much better to attach a ViPuck to the actual camera that you're using, because then you actually get
one-to-one.
Yeah, like sub-millimeter accuracy of where that is tracked in space and the virtual space.
Yeah, and then you count for what the film back as well, or the film plane, or where it is in space.
Yeah, and
the sensor, the film sensor, the camera sensor. Specifically
for doing VR green screen, there are a few plugins that can do that. Actually, I think we can do it straight in the engine as is.
Yeah, some of the new compositing tools are, from what I understand, are really cool. And I honestly don't play with them that much, but I think there's a lot of really good stuff we can do there. And that's almost a whole nother part, a very large part of virtual production that we're not really. We're just kind of not even talking about that here. But
yeah,
it's exciting stuff.
They're wondering if Unreal Remote 2, it's currently on the App Store, but it's only for 421. Will it be updated?
I don't know definitively. I would assume yes.
Yeah. I would think so. We can try to follow up on that.
Yeah, and I know the person that's working on that directly. I'll talk to him right after this Twitch stream. I'll go ask him, because I'm curious.
But you're still able to use it, so like you had it on the iPad. So even though we're running 422 here,
right, it's still compatible.
Right, it's the same app, right? You don't have a different version. That's right. Yeah, it works. Let's see. Yeah, they were wondering if you can export the recorded camera data to a DCC tool like Maya.
I believe so. Yeah.
I
believe so. And I think that's the USD part of the USD pipeline stuff that we have. So, could be wrong, but from what I understand, like one of the things we're really working on hard here at the studio is companies that have their own production pipelines in Maya. We want to be able to get stuff in and out of Engine easily, over to Maya, back from Maya, whether that's static mesh assets or camera animations, whatever it may be, because I think across the board, everybody wants to be able to have cross communication between these different, whatever tool they're comfortable using. I work primarily in Engine, and I've worked with companies, partners of ours that use primarily Maya, and we've been able to get stuff back and forth pretty well. So I would assume yes, that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, and that might include like Digital Fusion, Nuke, and After Effects and such.
To what extent we're able to get in and out of that, I'm not the expert on that, but I would think we have definitely some
I
tools.
think
to get
it's noted in the documentation.
Yeah. And I think that gets into USD territory. I think
Okay.
maybe potentially.
Let's see. Is there a way to stabilize and smooth out the recorded virtual camera in post?
Is there a way to smooth
out the recorded virtual camera?
Yes, absolutely. So we can either export the data to Maya. If you want to use Maya to do it, you can do that. I think I mentioned a little bit in the stream is that we can do it in Engine as well. And usually what I'll do is use key reduction. Usually on specific axes. So if it's Z axis or whatever, reduce keys on that. And then if I have to, I'll move the curves down and kind of smooth things out a little bit, or just delete extra curves, anything that looks too noisy. So yeah, I think there's a lot of different ways you can smooth motion out. I will say that although the iPad does have noise reduction, you can reduce shaking noise and rotational noise. We had a project where we created a blueprint that had some script that executed that basically took even all that data and still reduced. It gave us some threshold, so it couldn't shake past a certain point. So if you like programming type stuff, you can create blueprints that reduce noise and smooth things out quite a bit. And you can have multiple layers of that if you want to. So yes.
Let's see.
Of course, that is real time, be it runtime.
Mm-hmm.
But you could always take that data, re-record it, and process it in that way too. I would recommend though either go through Maya and clean it up there, or go through the engine and reduce keys.
Can we export .mov files? If not, what are the other formats?
I think we can.
Yeah,
I'll be very honest. I don't do a lot of exporting. I'll do renders out, and I'll get our renders over to editorial, that type of thing. But I don't do a lot of moving of files over. That might be something we get one of our tech guys to answer.
yeah, we can make sure I put a note and I can follow up on that.
I'm trying to think. I think it's QuickTime support in 422. Exporting that out, I think that's one of the key things of 422, or one of the for that type of thing.
Is there any way to render out object ID masks, these multiple color map?
Again, that sounds like a compositing question.
Yeah.
So I'll try to answer it. As far as I know, I believe you can layer out, or you can render out a variety of layers with IDs, and then actually, I forget, this is getting obviously beyond my knowledge range here, but I do think that they're in 422 and potentially in moving towards 423. There are some things that allow us to export compositing layers and see it as a single file, and click through that file and see each layer in its own way. So I don't know if that helps, but that's all I know about that.
That's good. I think it's time for the last question because
Okay.
it's almost 4 now. Can you report direct input like busking or writing the levels, if you know what I mean?
I don't.
Move an object. He did give us some details.
Okay,
Move
great.
an object while recording, and the sequencer remembers all mouse movements.
Not necessarily the mouse. Yeah. Yes and no. Like in terms of it recording your mouse inputs directly, no. In terms of recording the transform data of the object that you're moving, yes, you can. So you could, let's just say hypothetically. Here's a hypothetical. This may be overly complicated. Let's take your mouse cursor and let's put a red sphere. You've got a script that's constantly updating on tick, and it's moving that sphere anywhere your mouse moves in the 3D viewport. You could easily record that. You could record that sphere with Take Recorder and play it back.
Essentially, we can record any actor in the scene that's being moved, no matter how it's being moved.
Yeah, and also there are parameters, I believe, in Take Recorder where you can expose, if you want to record certain components, different parts of things, you can add those. By default, it's only a limited list of assets that you can record, although you can record all kinds of stuff. But like if you get down into blueprints, like different components and stuff, you can I believe you can add those into Take Recorder to record. So it's maybe possible.
That's awesome. We
Yeah.
appreciate it so much.
Yeah,
Grayson,
it's a lot of
coming here.
fun.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
talking
fun.
about it.
It's always fun to do it live too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're just gonna try this thing. Yeah. Anyway.
It's the longest stream I've ever done here,
All right, cool.
which is great. It's all really useful information.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Well,
it.
Thank you for having me on too.
Yeah,
It's
no,
a lot of fun. I
totally.
love
You'll-
this
you'll be
stuff.
back.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, and definitely, as seen, there's lots of questions from chat. A lot of people are really interested in this, especially since it's a newer form of technology, and so any information that we can
Yeah.
and knowledge that you can bestow upon us in our community is
Okay.
very,
all right.
very
That
much
sounds fun.
appreciated.
That's fun learning all this stuff too. It's all new. It's new to all of us, and in some ways it is. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
And as always, Chad, if you have feedback for us, topic requests, tell us what you want to see here. Make sure you fill out the lovely live stream survey. Should pronounce that right. And for each participant, we do a T-shirt raffle. So if you fill out the survey, we'll pick
If
one.
you include your email address.
If you include your email address, yes, then we'll be able to ask what size you would like. And as always, make sure you check for your local Unreal Engine meetups. And make sure you hit us up on forums.unrealengine.com, Unreal Slackers on Discord. You can also reach out to us through community@unrealengine.com. If you'd like to have a 30-minute development video cropped down to 5 minutes at the beginning of our live streams, that's also the email that you should go ahead and send it to, or just post it on the forums. Either way works for us. And if you're streaming Unreal Engine on Twitch, make sure you put in the category Unreal Engine. That way we can find you and maybe drop in and say hi and have a good time. And as always, special thanks to all of our sponsors, everyone in our community, all of our developers, everyone around the world who's working with Unreal Engine. And I hope that we will get to see you next week.
What do you have on?
Next week we have, as always, every time you ask me this, I should put it in my notes here.
Yeah, you're in the hot seat.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now I have to think about next week, and then not just about like the next 2 minutes until the camera shuts off. Let's see. Next week we got Dan Reynolds coming over. Actually, he will be streaming in from Seattle, and he's going to show us how to make interactive music blueprints using the new time synth that we have in 422. Yeah, and so he is going to show us a more advanced, like how this would be used in game production, more of a demo that takes too long to build on the stream. Right. But then once he's done that, he's going to show us the first couple of steps that you can take in Engine to actually get that going.
That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so, cool. Oh, and I've actually gone ahead and posted our schedule in the Twitch description, so you can actually go on our Twitch page, and if you scroll down there, you'll see a schedule with what we got planned for the next couple of weeks. It might change a little bit depending on developers' availability and other various issues, but it should stay pretty solid for the next couple of weeks, so you can check that out as well. All right, without further ado, we'll say goodbye to all.
See ya.
Thanks for joining
Bye,
us.
everyone.
Thank you.